Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is having a great start to their week. So, if you haven't already, there is we are starting to do Zoom live classes for kindergarten. So, this is something that we're going to be doing every weekday, so Monday through Friday from 10 to 11. And so far, it has been so much fun. So, if this is something that you are interested in, you can sign the permission form online and then you can join us for our Zoom class for tomorrow or for whenever you're watching this video. So in addition to doing those Zoom classes, I'm going to just be uploading some additional lessons that you can do at home so that hopefully this gives you some extra resources to keep you learning at home. So I thought we would do something a little bit different today, and I wanted to do some science learning with you guys today. So because it's springtime, I figured this would be a great time to talk about turtles. So, in the spring, you're going to see lots of different animals being born, and you're probably going to see a lot of turtles. So, we're going to learn a little bit about them today, and I will upload a turtle assignment that you can do on our Google Drive, and hopefully that you will see it shortly. And you can complete that after reading, after we read this book together. And then we'll work on some math and we'll read a little bit of some Junie B. Jones today. So this book is all about awesome turtles. It's a National Geographic Kids book. Also, if you visit the National Geographic Kids website, there's some great resources on some different animals as well. So this part of my book tells me all about where I can find some different information about turtles. And so I usually see this in nonfiction books. So nonfiction books, remember, are books about things that are real, right? Fiction books are pretend things, right? So these are nonfiction books. So this is my table of contents. And so if I want to learn something about one of these animals, I can go to that page and I can find that information. So we're going to start with tons of turtles. So oceans, lakes, deserts, forests, ponds, and streams. Turtles live in many places. They live all over the world, except in very cold areas. So turtles don't like being in really cold environments. So this is a green sea turtle. So this would live in the sea. Turtles are reptiles. Alligators, lizards, and snakes are reptiles too. Reptiles have scaly skin, and most reptiles lay eggs. So these are some different types of reptiles. We see an alligator, a lizard, and also a snake. So all reptiles, they lay eggs. Most of them, not all, most. So a turtle and tortoise. There are more than 300 kinds of turtles. Many turtles live mostly in the water, and these turtles have webbed feet or flippers to help them swim. Their shells are flatter than land turtle shells are. So this is a Florida, it says a Florida cooter. So that's a type of turtle. And then this is a baby green sea turtle. And this is a turtle term, so webbed feet. So this is the feet with skin that is between the toes. So the skin stretches out to look like a web. So this picture right here can show you a good idea of how their webbed feet are. So you can see right here that there's some extra skin in between their toes, and that helps them swim. Other turtles live on land, and these are called a tortoise. These are called tortoises. These turtles do not have webbed feet, and they have stumpy legs for walking, and their shells are round and tall. So they're a little bit different than a turtle. See, the turtle shell is a little bit more flat, and the tortoise is really tall, and also they do not have webbed feet like we saw in our turtle. So turtles need to make sure that they stay safe. So they walk really slow and they can't move quickly away from danger. So their bodies protect them. They help to protect them. So they have a beak, and their beak, they can bite with their beak. They have nostrils, and it can help the turtle breathe just by poking their nose a little bit out of the water. Its neck and legs, many turtles can pull in their neck and their legs into their shell when danger is near, so it can hide from different animals that might try to eat the turtle. It has scutes, so these are the little circles on its back, and they are bony plates that protect the animal. And most turtles have a hard shell that protects the body like a helmet would protect your head when you're riding your bike. So these are just some cool facts about turtles. So I'll read you a couple of these facts. So turtles can see colors. They can see red, orange, and yellow the best. So that's pretty cool. Turtles can also make noises, and the strangest sounds come from leatherback turtles when they're nesting, and they make a burping noise. That's really silly. And one more that we'll read is that giant tortoises can live longer than any other turtle, more than 100 years. And one giant tortoise lived to be 152. That is so super old. So I'll pause. You can pause the video here if you would like to read any of the other turtle facts. It's turtles' lunchtime. Lots of foods are on the menu. So this is a snapping turtle. So a lot of times you might see these by some ponds or lakes. Some turtles eat only plants. Other turtles eat only small animals. Snails, worms, and insects are favorite foods. A few kinds of turtles eat both plants and animals. So these are some tiny turtles. We have a baby turtle, and they eat the same kind of foods that the adults eat, and babies can do this as soon as they hatch. And so these are their little eggs. So those are the little eggs that the turtle hatches from. So a mother turtle digs a nest in the dirt or sand, and she lays her eggs in the nest, and then she covers it to protect it. So this is a sea turtle. This is an olive ridley sea turtle. The eggs sit for many weeks, and then tap, 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 the eggs hatch. So this is called an egg tooth. So baby turtles have an egg tooth, and they use that sharp tooth to break out of their shell. So they can just click, click, click with their tooth on that shell to come out. And then you see here, look, see the baby turtle now hatched out. And once they're out, those tiny turtles start to crawl, and they are off. So those are some tiny little baby sea turtles. They're super cute. See them? So baby sea turtles are not like other baby turtles. When they hatch, they head for the ocean. And sea turtles live in warm ocean water all over the world. They have big flippers, and those flippers help the sea turtles swim. And a sea turtle spends its whole life in the ocean, and it travels really far. Male sea turtles, and those are boy sea turtles, they never leave the water. The female sea turtles, or the girl sea turtles, they come on land to lay their eggs. And female sea turtles lay their eggs on the same beach where they were born. So that's pretty cool. The sea turtles remember where they were born. So these are lots of different types of turtles. So there's not just sea turtles, but there's other ones. So some have really long necks, like a Galapagos turtle. Others have little spots on their neck. So that's an eastern long neck turtle. There's an alligator snapping turtle. So there's lots of different types of turtles. And lots of turtles, they need our help. They need open space in the wild, and they need clean water. And they need people to stop hunting them for food. And it's also important, I know we've talked about this in class before, to not litter, because sometimes the sea turtle might think that our trash is a type of food. So it's always important that we either recycle our trash, or we put our trash in the trash can and we don't litter. So these are just some up close pictures of some parts of a turtle. So you can pause the video and try to see what it is showing. Okay. And then these are some other pictures of some turtles. This is a loggerhead turtle nesting area. So when you go to a beach, you might see a sign that says, watch out for any turtles, because it's important that we protect their nest. And then this is another picture of those webbed feet there. So again, like I said, hopefully soon you'll see an assignment that you can do to help you remember some important information about turtles. And it'll be on our Google Drive page. All right, so today we are going to work on our coin values as well. So remember that when we go to the store, or when we want to get something, we have to use money to buy things, right? We can't just go in the store and get things that we want. We need money to buy it. So there's different coins that we've learned about in school, so we're going to do a little review with those coins. So we have, let me get my coins out here. All right, so we have a couple of different coins that we're going to talk about today. So I'm going to move this just a little bit down so you can see what I'm talking about. So our first coin is this, our quarter. So a quarter is worth how many cents? Yep, that's right. A quarter is worth 25 cents. Does anybody remember what president is on that coin? Yep, George Washington. And remember, on the back of my coin, I have that eagle. Oops, I think it's upside down. I have an eagle on the back of my quarter. So this is 25 cents. Then I have this coin right here. And this is a nickel. And a nickel is worth, 5 cents. 5 cents. And when we have a nickel, we count by fives. So let's count by fives really fast. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. That's right. So that's how we count by fives with our little counting by five song. So when you see a nickel, you can always count those nickels by counting by fives. And so this president is, Thomas Jefferson. That's right. And on the back, I have Thomas Jefferson's house. Do you guys remember what the name of his house was? Monticello. That's right. Remember that long name that we had for his house? Monticello. Monticello. All right. And then we have our next one. This is our dime. Okay, this is our dime. And our dime, we count by, we count by tens. So we say 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So when we see these, I count by tens. And on the back of my dime, I have almost like a little flame. And you can see that on the back, some little branch right there. So that is my dime. And then our one that looks so different. I know you guys know this one so well. This is our penny. That's right, our penny. And who is on our penny? Yep, Abraham Lincoln. That's right. And on the back, we have the Lincoln Memorial. So if you ever have been to Washington, D.C. before, you might have seen that Lincoln Memorial. And our penny is worth 1 cent. So when I count with my pennies, I count by ones. That's right. So some activity that you can do at home that might be fun for you to do is you can make some penny or coin molds. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a little bit of Play-Doh out, and this is a fun way to help you remember your coins and what type of coin you have. So let me just move this a little bit further up. So all you can do is you can take your Play-Doh, you can make it nice and flat, and then you can put your coin on there and just press it into the Play-Doh, and you can make a little mold of your coin. So this is the one that I made. Let me scooch this down again so that you can make a little mold. Let's see if it, so I can see what coin it is. So this is a fun activity that you can do at home so that you can practice your coins and practice identifying those coins. So it's a fun little way that you can practice at home if that's something that you would like to do. All right, so we are going to practice just a little bit of counting with those coins. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to practice counting with my dimes. So let's find some dimes in here. Or maybe we'll start with nickels, because right now I'm seeing a lot of nickels. So maybe we'll start with nickels first. So let's start with some nickels, and then we'll do dimes. All right, so I have all of these coins here. I have lots of different coins, and so I need to first, when I'm going to count with nickels, the first thing I want to do is I want to find my nickels. So if you want, you can pause the video and see if you can find all of my nickels first. All right, so I know this is not a nickel. It's too big. This is not a nickel. So I'm going to find my nickels. Here's a nickel. There it is. Thomas Jefferson's on that nickel. And I have Thomas Jefferson right here. Another Thomas Jefferson. Oop, I know this one's not a nickel because that is not Thomas Jefferson. Here's another Thomas Jefferson. Another one. Up. George Washington. Nope, he is a quarter, not a nickel. And this is Abraham Lincoln, so I know he is a penny. Another dime, and this is another nickel. Oh, so I need my nickel right there. So we are going to practice counting our nickels. So remember that when we have nickels, we count by fives. That's right, we count by fives. So let's count by fives together to see how much our nickels are worth. Let's see how much money we have here. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So I have 30 cents. So not dollars. Remember, dollars is when we have the green money, the paper money. These are coins, so we have to say cents. So I have 30 cents here. Very good job. So let's try to now count some dimes. Let's see if I can find some dimes really quick. Some extra dimes. And if you want, also at home, if you have real coin money at home, another great way to practice is you can use those coins at home and practice counting those too. All right. So I'm going to put all the coins that I have back on my table so that we can practice finding dimes. And I'm going to flip some of them over so that you can see the difference between some of our coins. All right. So I want you to try to see if you can find any dimes. Hopefully you can see that pretty well at home. Oops. Let me try to move this up a little bit. And you can pause it and see if you can find any dimes there. All right, so let's find them together. So that eagle on the back, I know that's a quarter, so that is not going to be a dime. Here's a dime right here. My dime, and remember on the back I have that little flame and the little branch right there. So a dime, here's another dime, another one, another dime, oh, I'm seeing Monticello, so I know that that is a nickel. Another dime. Another one. Oh, I see Thomas Jefferson. That's a nickel. Here's a dime. Nickel. 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 Dime. Penny. Quarter. And a quarter. All right, so let's count our dimes all together now. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dimes here. So remember, when I have dimes, I need to count by tens, right? So I can say I have 8 dimes, but that doesn't tell me how much money I have. I need to count them first. So let's count by tens to figure out how much money we have. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. So I have 80 cents here. I have 80 cents. So that is how I count my money. So remember, I can say, yep, I have 8 dimes, but if somebody asks me, okay, how much are those dimes worth? I know they're worth 10 cents. So I need to count by tens to find out how much 8 dimes is worth. Okay? So make sure that you can recognize those coins too. All right, so I hope that that lesson helped you with identifying coins, and we will continue practicing that skill on our live Zoom classes as well. So to finish up our lesson for today, we are going to read a chapter in Junie B. Jones Has a Peep in Her Pocket. So last time we were going to be on chapter 3. So chapter 3 is called Pictures. The next morning, Mother called me for breakfast. Good morning, said Mother. Good morning, said Daddy. Good morning, I said. Roosters can peck your head into a nub. Daddy put down his coffee. Excuse me? I pointed to my head. A nub, I explained. A nub is a teensy little knob. Roosters can peck your head into one. Mother looked strange at me. What in the world is this about? I did a big breath at her. Because how can I even be clearer on this subject? A nub, a roundish, ballish head knob. And do not tell me that roosters do not peck you. On account of we had pet day at my school, and Meanie Jim brought a rooster to room 9, and that boy is a rooster expert. I looked at her. Plus, also, you said Uncle Billy's rooster was mean too, right? Mother, remember that? Mother looked frustrated at me. Then she put her head on the table. And then she didn't come up for a really long time. Finally, she peeked her eyes at Daddy. Now what? She asked kind of quiet. Maybe it'll blow over, said Daddy. I shook my head. No, it will not blow over, I told them. So there's Junie B. Jones and her mommy and her daddy. Because roosters do not listen to reason, and so there is nothing we can do about this pecking situation. Daddy rubbed his eyes. Could we please just change the subject, he said. Yeah, only not talking about a nub will not make it go away, I said. And so, that's enough, said Daddy, very growly. I quickly stopped talking then, but even after we changed the subject, nubs kept staying in my head. That day at school, Mrs. told us to draw a picture about our trip to the farm. She said to make it a colorful picture of what we wanted to see there. Drawed and drawed. Plus, also, I colored and colored. When all of us got done with our pictures, we sat our chairs in a big circle and we told each other about what we drew. My bestest friend named Lucia went first. She drawed a picture of a pink flamingo. Flamingos are my favorite animals, she said. That's because pink is my favorite color, and flamingos are pink. And I have a pink dress that will match them perfectly. So that is the dress I'll be wearing on the field trip. She wrinkled her nose real cute. Pink brings out the natural blush of my complexion, she told Mrs. Have you ever noticed my satiny smooth skin? Mrs. looked and looked at that girl. You're a fascinating child, Lucille, but I'm afraid there aren't any flamingos on a dairy farm, she said. Lucille looked surprised. So where are they then? She asked. Well, flamingos can be found a lot of places, said Mrs. South America, for example. Lucille shrugged her shoulders. So fine, we'll just go there instead. Mrs. said for Lucille to please sit down. Just then, Polly Allen Puffer springed out of his chair. Look, teacher, I drew a catfish, he said. See his whiskers? My brother said catfish are so sharp they can slice your finger to the bone. Mrs. made a sick face. Yes, well, thank you for sharing that, Polly Allen, but we're not going fishing. We're going to a farm. Remember? Polly Allen Puffer looked upset. Yes, but my brother said there's lots of catfish farms around here, and so that's the kind of farm I think we should. No, Polly, no, said Mrs. We're just going to a regular, plain old farm with regular, plain old animals. Polly Allen Puffer did a mad breath. He said the word big whoop. After that, Polly Allen Puffer had to stand in the hall. Mrs. did some deep breathing. All right, everyone. Did anyone in room 9 draw a picture of a regular farm animal? Anyone at all? That's all I'm looking for here, just a regular old farm animal. I did, Mrs. I yelled real excited. I drew a picture of a rooster under a tree. So you can see Junie B's picture there and all her friends. Oh, Junie B, thank you. That's perfect, she said. I holded it up so she could see it. See it, Mrs.? See how pretty it is? Mrs. looked at my picture. Oh, yes, that's a very nice tree, Junie B, she said. Why is it lying on its side? Oh, it just crashed over in a rainstorm, I said. Oh, dear, said Mrs. I'm afraid I don't see the rooster, honey, I pointed. There, I said, see his foot right there? Mrs. covered her mouth with her hand. Just then a girl named Charlotte hollered, I'm not sure I like your picture, Junie B. I crossed my arms at that girl. You would not say that. You should not say that, I said. Meanie Jim laughed really loud. The missus said for all of us to take our chairs back to our tables, and we did not show any more farm pictures. All right, so in chapter 4, we'll read Cockle-doodly-doo. Okay, so I want you to think about, how do you think Junie B feels when her friends are not saying very nice things about her picture, right? So let's think about maybe how she feels, or what type of animals you guys think they're going to see at the farm, because Lucille talked about flamingos and Polly Allen Puffer talked about catfish, but are those types of animals that we see on the farm? So I want you to think about what type of animals you would probably see, and then we can talk about it next time. So I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of their day, and like I said, make sure that you check the Google Drive to find our turtle worksheet that you guys can do at home. All right, everyone, I'll see you soon. Have a good day.